Okay folks, so remember that what we're doing is basically going by and strategies outlined in Gary Keller's book, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and also for investment, we're looking at strategies outlined by the same author, along with some others, of course. The real estate investor, but millionaire real estate investor. This is what's called a listing package. So when I go to take the listing, secure the listing, don't forget the stethoscope. The main thing that we want signed is the listing agreement. The listing agreement is not only a trifold, but it's also in triplicate. This form here outlines whether it's going MLS or whether it's going exclusive. In other words, whether we're sharing the information with other realtors on the Toronto Real Estate Board or whether it's exclusive. It also tells us who it's between, who the seller is, who the broker is. It states the length of time of the listing and the effective date when it starts and when it ends, when the relationship ends. It also has sometimes what's called a holdover clause, in that if anyone was introduced during the term of the listing and wants to purchase it after, they're still bound by the terms of the listing agreement within certain conditions, of course. We also outline how we get paid and how we cooperate with other realtors who may bring us purchases. These are signed by the brokers or salesperson and the sellers. On each sheet they're initialed, everything else initialed. Also whether we like other people to help or give permission in terms of advertising. We have the date, who's involved, declaration of insurance. The Real Estate Council of Ontario demands that we have errors and omission insurance, things like that. And we have the date that it's signed, who's declaring this, and also receipt of the copy. This is where we get paid. This outlines the payment. This also comes, and also trifold and in triplicate, you know, as though carbon copy is still relevant in 2017. This again now outlines everything else about the property. This is called the data sheet. So the taxes, the measurements, the maintenance fees, what the description of the property is, a free-form section where we say what the property is like, initialed by everyone, signed and acknowledged. A good way to spend an hour and a half. Before we start out, we need to go over what's called Form 810. This is working with a realtor. IceCap is good at this time. Working with a realtor has a couple of things which outlines the relationship and fiduciary responsibilities between responsibility to either a buyer, a seller, or in times where there is no relationship, what's called, we'll go over customer-client relationships, etc. I'll go over that further with you. But here is something, here's an example of what it says. When you choose the use of the services of a realtor, it is important to understand that this individual works on behalf of a real estate brokerage, usually a company. The brokerage is operated by a broker of record who has the ultimate responsibility for the employees registered with the brokerage. When you sign a contract, it was with the brokerage and not the salesperson, broker, employee. So when you sign this contract, it's with RE/MAX Realty Enterprises and not with Carl Walwyn. I know some of you would be tearing at the bit about that, but that's just the law.